Today I want to play the role of the janitor. I want to clear certain situations that are going on around DC Studios. I want to explain to you the situation around James Gunn debunking different things, like Jeff Snyder's report the other day that Barry Keoghan was going to play Joker in an HBO Joker show, which is part of Matt Reeves' Batman crime saga. Let me tell you something about Jeff Snyder, first of all. I don't talk to Jeff anymore. He blocked me on Twitter. We fell out. But despite that, because I'm the bigger man, and this is my motto in life towards anyone I fall out with, I can still say that he's the number one scooper out there. He never gets it wrong. If Jeff Snyder is telling you that they're developing or thinking of developing an HBO Joker show starring Barry Keoghan, that's what they're doing. But then you're asking, Mick, how comes James Gunn debunked it? And, there's one or two ways we can look at this. I also want to talk about Zaslav's announcement about the future of WB Gaming in terms of DC and Harry Potter and all of that, and really talk about a flaw in his planning, because Zaslav always looks at the potential to make money, as he should, but he always gets it wrong. So let's go back to Gunn debunking this rumor of a Joker HBO series. So one of a few things have happened here, and these are the scenarios. One, Matt Reeves is holding out on James Gunn, and he's having secret discussions with Zaslav and Warner Brothers Pictures, right? We heard something very interesting during the marketing of Joker Folie à Deux, Joker 2. Todd Phillips said, or we heard that Todd Phillips refused to deal with DC Studios and James Gunn and would only deal with Abby and DeLuca, who are the joint CEOs of Warner Brothers Pictures. I think something similar could be going on here. Or the Joker HBO series is just an idea. It's just something they're talking about that may or may not happen. But the reality is that James Gunn may not even know what's going on. He may have called Matt Reeves when Snyder put out his report, and Reeves probably said, or might have said, you know what, boss, there's nothing going on here. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. That's fake. But in reality, behind Gunn's back, he's making other plans, because anyone who believes that Reeves and Gunn are besties and everything's, unified, is wrong. Here's the reality of the situation as I play the janitor again. You could be seeing James Gunn on Fred saying this, saying that, playing the big I am. I'm co-CEO, I'm running things, nothing happens unless I know about it, unless I ratify it and green light it. That's not the truth of the situation. The only things that Gunn and Safran are in control of, and I don't know how much in control of they are, is their little franchise at DC Studios. As I keep on saying, DC Studios isn't a real studio. It's a studio in name only. An interesting thing happened on Fred's yesterday. A fan tagged me to James Gunn asking him if my video about DC Studios not being a real studio is true. Surprise, surprise, James Gunn didn't reply to this question. He can't, because I'm being honest. I'm always honest and genuine with you. I use my experience within the industry, right? And my knowledge within the industry to explain things to you. Because there's things that I understand that you don't. And here's the reality of the situation. It may look like there's a new regime at WB. It may look like that DC Studios is a new regime. But the people who interfered with Zack Snyder and drove him out, the people who fired Henry Cavill, are still hiding behind the scenes with their fingers on the chicken switch. James Gunn and Safran are absolutely in charge of Jack, right? The reality of the situation is that nothing has changed at WB or DC. It's the same mess it was under the DCEU and why that franchise never succeeded. That's the reality of the situation. So it may look like James Gunn and Peter Safran are running things, they're running nothing. So as I say, if Jeff Snyder says that there's some kind of HBO Joker show as part of Matt Reeves' The Batman Crime Saga universe, then that's probably true. James Gunn is either lying or he doesn't even know what's going on. And as the co-CEO of DC Studios, we should discuss, what does that mean? He is the creative lead of what's going on at DCU. And that's it. He's not in charge of anything. But he doesn't really understand his position. So when Reeves and Lauren LaFranc are developing a show like The Penguin, he tries to interfere and offer some notes. Even though it's not really his place, he's probably been made to believe that he has more authority than he actually really has. And this is the problem with the situation. So I believe there is some kind of Joker series being developed, or at the very least, it's something they've been discussing, but it's not kind of paved in cement. It's not got any foundations at this moment in time. But what you've got to understand is that James Gunn isn't the authority at DC, and it's still the same problem that was with the DCEU, which was this. Too many fingers, too many pies, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. So Gunn has no authority over what Matt Reeves is doing. And here's the problem. As I said many moons ago, there's more chance of what Reeves is doing being more successful than what Gunn is doing. The Batman made $750 million. Let's see if James Gunn's Superman movie gets anywhere near that. We know that Creature Commandos isn't going to get the viewers that the Penguin series has got. The reality of the situation is that at the moment, Matt Reeves is David Zaslav's teacher's pet because what he's doing is successful. Now let's move on to David Zaslav talking about WB games, but particularly about DC games. He's talking about going all in on Batman, because we know Batman is DC's most profitable character. But here's the thing, this is why they're still the most dumbest studio in Hollywood. They have a Superman film coming out next summer. They should have been developing, since James Gunn started writing the script for Superman, a Superman game, which should have been attached to this movie. The character design of Superman should have been David Corenswet and all the other actors who are playing these different roles. But there's no Superman game. DC fans have been begging for a Superman game for years, and they're not going to get it. When they launched DCU, they said we're going to be working with DC Animation, DC Television, DC Streaming, and gaming and movies all set within one universe. Well, where are the games set within one universe? Then Gunn started to clarify that the games necessarily wouldn't have anything to do with his story arcs or his movies, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're either developing a franchise that's going to be connected or you're not. But again, they announced a franchise of movies, TV, streaming, and games. But there's no games. Where are the games for where's the game for Superman? That's what they kind of made us think when they announced DC Universe, and it's nothing of the sort. If you attach a brilliant Superman game developed by good people, that's going to make money. And if you've made a great Superman movie, that game is going to help. Basically, they're going to help each other. The game will help the movie make money, and the movie will make the game make money. But these people don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing. That's kind of my impression of the situation. And I'm going to make you a little bet when you see the trailer next month. I bet you any money we get a scene of Superman and all these other DC characters that are going to be in this movie walking in a line together in slow motion. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy did. Like James Gunn's The Suicide Squad characters did. Because James Gunn is a one-trick pony.